Hello? Hello? So, how is everyone doing? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh no. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, okay. So, how is everyone doing? Sorry about that. Oh god. Lower the volumes. Okay. So, how is everyone doing? Doing okay? I hope doing okay. And by the way, this is a horror game. If you are not, um, if you can't stand goriness or blood or violence, take this as a warning, okay? Oh God. So take this as a warning, okay? So yeah, today we are going through Silent Hill 3. I've played Silent Hill 3 before. It's not something new to me. Um, but I've never played it on hard difficulties for both the action and the puzzle. So I've played on normal action hard puzzle, but I've never played hard mode, something like that. Um, so it's going to be an interesting run. I'm going to try and beat the game as fast as possible, but I can't promise you I'm going to do it as quickly as possible, right? Let me do something about this. Okay, there it is. Oh, okay. Oh no. So, subtitle on, language English. Okay. Okay, okay. Anything else that I want to say before I start? I guess not, huh? Also, my tweet just now, I talk about cheesecake again. I love cheesecake. If you make cheesecake and it tastes sour so much and you think that is the norm, well, my cheesecake is not sour. Oh god. I keep I keep I keep thinking about cheesecake. I I don't know. My brain is having this obsession with cheesecake lately. I don't know why. Okay. Let's go on into the game, I guess. So here is the thing. I've the last time I played this game when I was in I should say middle school or high school, when I was 15, 16, 17, 18, something like that. It was definitely when I was in school. That's the last time I played this game. So yeah, I have a guide, a puzzle guide with me to help me. Anybody get time to see me struggle with the riddle? So let's play hard action, hard riddle. Again, it's not too late. This is a hard mode game. Sorry, not hard mode. This is a game with disturbing content. Also, there's pregnancy, undertone. about this game. So if you are not comfortable with this, it's okay to avoid this stream. I understand. Welcome to Silent Hill. Also, this Robbie the Rabbit ate too much cheesecake with strawberry toppings. That's me. Hello?
Where am I?
Hello? Stab a bitch, Heather, stab a bitch. Don't test me, I will stab a bitch. Oh god. Why is it slow? Oops. Shouldn't be this slow. I don't know what happened. Ah, wait. Walk, run, control. Blood volume, much or little. Display mode, sharp, sharp. Noise effect. I guess can be turned off. Okay. I don't know why it's having a slowdown on this part. This is me eating cheesecake. Ah, look at him. So content. Wait, I should be. Okay. Wait, is it this one? Oh, right. The only one with the light. Okay, it should be here like this. I don't know why the performance tank. What am I looking for again in this room? Are you tired, Heather? Sorry. Wait. Let me see. Souvenir shop? There's nothing inside. Okay, so yeah. Let's just run. Oh god. the one enemy that I am afraid of this game is those flying enemies. They can chase you, and unlike the land enemies where you can shoot them, flying enemies are usually much more faster than you. So it's locked. So you are supposed to die in this prologue, I guess. You should have jumped, Heather. Jumped. This is such a mood.
What a nightmare.
What a nightmare. So, this is the first time I've played this on PC. So, this part is part of the game. If you are playing this on New Game Plus, there are things that have been that can be skipped. Maybe I should skip this. I mean, no one wants to see Douglas, right? Oh no, I should change some buttons. Should we create a save file? Sure, why not? Okay, I know about this. Sorry. Okay, let me see. Enter should be this button. It is. Action should be button 2. I don't know what button 2 should be. I guess dash, huh? Okay. This one. Okay. Sorry about this. I've never played this on PC before. I've played it on PS2, but not on not on PC. So, if you played this game before, there are some goodies here. But since we are playing this for the first time here on this PC, we are going to use some exploring. Not exploring, but come on, Heather. Also, the best thing about this game is that um, not that I hit close, but this isn't the time or place. Oh God. Ooh, look at. I love this detail. You see the bloody footprint because we step in on some blood, right? Got the maps. Nothing here actually, but okay, so the thing that I want to say before, right? Um, the best thing about this game, right? When you run and Heather becomes tired, right? Heather becomes tired, but if you change room, your tiredness meter reduces. Oops. Okay, so ignore that. Take this. Someone's upstairs neighbor, huh? Stomping around 3 in the morning. So again, if you have played this game before and completed it, there are some goodies here which will help you fight the monsters. Helen's Bakery. Also here there are some goodies. It's bread. 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 There are meme about this. It's bread. If you go to Reddit, Silent Hill subreddit, there are memes about this. It's bread. It's bread. How are you not hungry, Heather? Okay, so take into note. Oh God, that there are only one walking fetuses, right? Now, the moment we use this item, there's going to be a change. So, usually when you play this game, since this game is in the early 2000s, right? Usually you have to get this key, use the examine button, tag on the key that says my bestsellers, and then you have to search around in the mall area for a store named my bestsellers. When I was a kid, I can't a bookstore key. See, when I was a kid, I can't read for shit. Well, I mean, I can read, but my child brain cannot comprehend things that have no action. So apparently, this game has a lot set up. Ooh, what is that? Drug addiction? Is this a board game? This a It is drug addiction, but it's packaged like a roll of aluminum foil. Eh, I don't know. Okay, so oh god, see? Oh no, Heather, run! Okay, that is the first time we've got hit by the enemies, right? We could kill the enemies, but generally you want to avoid combat at all time. So we have Key of Beauty, Boutique Marguerite, Cafe Paradise Noon, and My Best Sellers. Uh-oh. Becoming. Becoming what? Vampires? Our top seller. So yeah, when you enter this place, you're supposed to be drawn to this, right? I'm not. I've played this game before. I don't have time for this. Okay. So, and then there's this note. So this is where each difficulty differs. Yeah. I've never played, sorry, never played, never read the classics, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet, something like that. Um, and since I am not going to start it now, might as well look at the guide, right? And for heart riddle, I just have to key in this number 8352. Also, creepy lady.
Hey, wait! What's going on? Where is everybody? Those weird monsters?
They've come to witness the beginning, the rebirth of paradise, despoiled by mankind.
What are you talking about?
Don't you know? Your power is needed.
How should I know?
Also, Claudia is a freak.
I
Look,
am Claudia.
look.
So what?
She's barefoot in a
Remember me
mall.
and your
Hello?
true self as well.
What is that? Yggdrasil. Everything is Yggdrasil. Oh, jewelry cathedral. Nornin. Okay, when you hear that sound effect, it usually means that we are going to the other world. Usually, Otherworld is confined to Silent Hill, but Heather is special. Am I even going the right way? Yeah, I remember this. Ampule. Ampule. Do I need to save? No. But I do need to do this. Oh, oh. Oh, oh no, no, no. Do we need to save? Why not? Let's save. I'm such a little bitch. Oh god, no. Whoop, time to go. Okay, so we need something here. Okay. Played this game before. Oh god, Heather, Heather. Played this game before, but I'm still remembering stuff. Okay, so we have flashlight, right? So flashlight, um, it is useful when you are looking for items, but if possible, try not to turn on the light as much as possible. So this is the place where we started the game. Want to see something creepy? Hello? Is someone actually in there? Dun dun dun! Bad toilet ethics. You should clean the bathroom if you make a mess. Also, if you have uh in the PS2 games, right? If you played Silent Hill 2 prior to Silent Hill 2, there are special cutscene in this place. Oh. Okay, okay. Oh, bulletproof vest. So that is a highly missable item. Bulletproof vest. The only problem is it's heavy and harder to move, so I'll run slower. So you only want to equip it when you have to fight enemies. I remember being scared by those sound effects. Remember there's a dog here, right? Not anymore. Hey, come on. Let's speed run this shit. Ah! Okay, so let's use this. Also, this game is highly finicky. You need to be at a specific position, specific place, with specific item in order to progress. So first of all, go up, up, enter this room. Okay, so remember those dogs? Someone cooked them. Barbecued dog? Who the hell would make something like this? Furthermore, who the hell would eat it? There's something in the dog's stomach. How would you see that, Heather? How? If someone cooked a dog and put something in the body, I wouldn't notice. Uh-oh. Time to go. Also, Daddy. I don't know. I don't know what that reference to. Does that save file? Come on, Heather. Okay, I remember there's some tough enemies in there, so... Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, oh god. Heather? Oh no, oh no. I remember to... I didn't equip. God damn it. Walnut. Ah! Oh no, 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 no. Wrong way. Wait. We have this. Use the cookie. Now we can fight. Ah! But now we just have to run. Get the bleach. Okay, see, I was struggling to pick up the obvious bleach on the kitchen sink there, but since I didn't turn on the flashlight, Heather couldn't pick it up. Okay, let's use this. Okay, before I do that, there's this, a moth. And Heather is being such a kid, such a baby that she wouldn't go through that form of moth. Maybe the moth in this game, like all the enemies here in Silent Hill drinks blood? I don't know. Also, never ever mix bleach with other chemicals, okay? Never ever ever, okay? It didn't make bleach stronger. Please. Please. I'm begging you. Please. Oh god. I've seen people do that. I've seen people do that. And I've seen people do that, and I've seen people hospitalized. Oh God, what is beef jerky? How how much supplies we have? Oh, we have 6 health drink, 2 med kits, 1 ampule, 90 bullets. Also, we have 90 bullets, but our bullets are so weak. Um. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Come on. Moonstone. Ow. Um. Where am I supposed to go? We're supposed to go up. Okay. Okay. Go up. Go straight. Oof. Oh God. The camera controls. Brutal. Oh no. 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 I guess we have to go through that area. Oh no. Okay, let me wear my bulletproof vest. Oh God. No. Oh God. Can we No. Oh no. Let me go. Oh no. So you see the status up there, right? That is our health. There's no conventional health bar in this game. The status bar will go from very, very bright blue to yellow, bright yellow, and then into red. If you are in the red, quickly take some health drink or med kits, okay? Save the ampule for the final boss. Always. Oh God. Oh God. I hate these little shits. Heather, are you okay? Oh no. Oops. Why are you here? God damn it. Now I have to go through the other way around. Please don't. Okay, come on. So we are reaching the first boss of the game. Okay, now if you are squeamish about uh Yeah, if you are squeamish about wiggly things, something like that, turn away now. Turn away. Okay, let's equip our pistols. Reload. Oh no, there it is. The penis boy. Okay. I'm going to sneeze. Okay, sorry about that. I don't want to sneeze into the microphone. I have to turn off or mute the microphone for a bit. So, this is the penis boy. I remember correctly. Oh god. This boss will one-shot you? Oh god, no. I know it's supposed to be a worm, but what worm has a foreskin? Whew. That move will kill you. Heather. Oh no. The music is so good. It's the very definition of spooky music to me. Heather, why are you so tired? I didn't make you run. I was thinking, why is it stuck in one place? Come on, worms. It's big, it's pink, it's hairy. Remember that giant worm from SpongeBob? This is him now. when, when Patrick says, move the town, I guess this is Silent Hill, huh? Where's SpongeBob? How many bullets do you take? Hello, sir? 40, 30. So far we've used 30 bullets. And none, at least half of them didn't hit. Ew. Come on, worm. You're making this difficult. Can you imagine fighting this using melee weapon? I can imagine it because when I was a kid, I fight this monster using the pipe because I didn't want to waste bullet. Silly me.
What?
What the fuck?
It's the shopping mall just like before.
Royal Grill since 1977. So this is the start of the game. There's the save point. A beef jerky. This is the place where we woke up. Let's save. Oops, no, no. No time. No time for cutscenes. Also, I love these posters. Fruity Rouge. Rouge. Rouge? Rogue. Rogue? Rouge? How do you say that? Eco Action. And of course, Minmo. Okay, you remember in Ninokuni Crossworld, right? I did put what do you call my guild name as Minmo. All hail and praise Minmo because they are growing healthy and strong and healthy with Minmo. Cat foods Minmo. This is the first shit post, huh? Oh god, I love Minmo. Cat food Minmo. You're the best. I love you, Min. Okay, so our goal right now is to get home using the train. Oops. Wait, I should turn off the gun. Equip the weapon. The steel pipe. I never equipped the vest. Huh. I'm still kind of lost as to what to do here. Oh wait, now I remember it. Also, in this area, right? When you enter this area, your instinct most probably trying to explore this area first, whatever, right? Go to this place first and get the subway map. Trust me, I've missed this map many times before. Okay, let's see. Um, okay. I'm trying to look for the um telephone, public telephone. I can't see where. Oh, creepy. There it is. See? I was I was trying to get that activated. Again. No comment, Heather? Renata College? Okay, so in this article, right? I read this a long time ago. It's a nothing little it's a nothing little occult magazine. Seemed like a bunch of crap to me. Not bad if you read it for fun though. That is a weird. Let me read that properly. It's not so bad if you just read it for fun though. The souls of those who died suddenly by suicide or accident don't realize that they are dead. Sometimes they stay put and haunt that particular place. These spirits have lost their human senses and memories and can only keep replaying the pain and sadness of the moment they died. The pain can get so bad that they turn to humans for salvation, or they begrudge humans their lives. At such time, they can possess humans. Places known as famous suicide spots or high accident areas are often to blame. You should be careful when approaching such locations, especially on the day or at the time the death occurred. That is, if you don't want it to happen to you too. So this is it looks like nothing, right? Something occulty, trying to get you to trying to scare you, something like that. But actually that is um an Easter egg for the next game, which is Silent Hill 4. Silent Hill 4 does have ghosts in the game. So, yeah. And people say that Silent Hill 4 is not meant to be a Silent Hill game franchise. I beg to differ. The developers did put a lot of hints as to what is going to happen in Silent Hill 4. There are other Easter eggs. I will show you if I can remember what is happening. Half drink. Do we have anything? Dong, dong. It's locked. Oh god. Heather. So yeah, about the camera control in this game, right? Um, it is intentional that you can't control the camera angle of this game. It makes it gives you a sense of um nervousness, I guess. Not nervousness. I mean, in normal game you have to look at specific place, right? You want to look forward so that you can see the enemies. But in this game, it is by default, by choice, to put the camera angle at such a weird angle. It makes you feel uncomfortable. There anything here? Nothing. Nothing here. Let's go down. Let's get down to business. To defeat the hunt. What is this? A nutcracker. The path is blocked by trash. Okay, remember this place, okay? Remember this place. Uh-oh, what's this? No, 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 Heather. Is someone sleeping here? Oh, a dead body. I can't really do anything for the poor guy. So sad. But thank you for the health drink, though. Ow! Okay, so another stupid thing about this game is they love to make pun. And this here is a very good example. The chains holding the doors together are secured with a bolt and nut. The nut is screwed on tight. I can't turn it with my hands. And if you think about it, you must be thinking, oh, I need a wrench, right? But here we have a good example. Rusty and impossible to turn. This is for cracking open nuts. Ah, what do you mean I can't use it here? I'm literally in front of this. Use a nutcracker on a metal nut. You're so funny. Hey. Anything back here? No, right? Wait. There's downstairs? I don't really remember what is going on. No. I'm supposed to get on the train because there are some goodies inside of that train. Excuse you, sir. Shouldn't burp like that. Oh no. Remember how we entered the train with no enemies, right? That burp means this guy spawned. Oh, sorry, running through. Oh no. Am I supposed to go down? Oh god, I'm supposed to go down. No, no. So yeah, you get a new weapon and then immediately you got bombarded by this increased number of enemies. Saint Renata? Wait, are we supposed to go? Bergen Street train at platform 3. Okay, let's go there. Bergen Street, platform 3. Bergen Street, platform 3. Okay, okay, I remember now. Let's equip this. Oh no, I should have saved. I should have saved. I can still save. Subway station. Okay. Okay, you see there the red door light over. Okay. This is going to be stressful. The lock is broken. I can't open the door. Oh no. Oh no. The camera angle specifically fights against you, especially when you are panicking. Oh god. Olga Okami, thank you for the raid with a party of 8. Thank you so much. For the Emperor, is Olga Okami the Emperor? Thank you so much. Hello Legoshi360. Fancy seeing you here. What game did you play, Olga? Also, thank you for the follow, the Devil Steel VTuber. Welcome, welcome. We are playing Silent Hill 3 right now. We are in the subway station. How is everyone doing? Thank you for the follows, Speckled Pharaoh. Oh, I also love Silent Hill 3. I'm playing this on hard action and hard riddle. So yeah. The last time I played this was when I was 16, 17, 18. Ooh, thank you for the compliment, Legoshi. Hopefully I won't make a fool out of myself. Okay, I'm not the best at this kind of games, but I love this kind of game. Just because I'm not the best doesn't mean I can enjoy the game, right? Okay, let's go. Oh, it's okay. Thank you for the raid, Olga Okami. I really appreciate the raid. Yeah, classic 2000s game. 2003 to be specific. Oh, right. When I first played this game, I don't know anything about classic English literature, right? And the first puzzle you have to beat is the Shakespeare puzzle, and I had to refer to a guide. I still don't. Wait. Are we supposed to go down? I get I get so excited by the raid. Oh, is that so? Thank you so much, Legoshi360. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. You love the Silent Hill movie? Do you watch the first or the second one? I've watched the Silent Hill movie, both of them, but to be honest, I love the second one much better than the first one because I felt like it stays true to the vibe of the game compared to the first one. Also, thank you so much for the follow, Olga Okami. Thank you so much. Okay, we're supposed to board the train. Oh God. Okay. Okay, I am a little bit lost here on what am I supposed to do. Okay, come on. I love scary games. Have any of y'all played Fatal Frame? Oh, now you unlock. Okay. I want to play Fatal Frame games. Oh God. But when I was in school, I got too scared and never finished the game. The first did Fatal Frame 2 or Fatal Frame 1? I guess it's Fatal Frame 1. Oh, there is a second Silent Hill movie. I think it came out 10 years after. So is it 10 years? I don't remember, um but yeah, it came out quite quite some time after the first movie came out. I have to say the second movie, I don't know, it does have a much more scary vibe to them compared to the first. The first movie is a little bit disturbing, but the second one so much disturbing. Oh, really, Legoshi? I didn't know that. They are working on a new Silent Hill movie. Hmm, that's interesting. Although Kami, you prefer someone playing spooky game, but not me. Yeah, thankfully I've played this game before, so I know all the jump scare, but same, same. But that's content, right? I love scary game. Maybe one of these days I will play, I don't know, Outlast, something like that. I heard that game is very horrible for your heart health because you will jump and get scared by the enemies. Oh god, no, no. The fun thing about, for me, for a Silent Hill game is that you don't have to fight enemies in order to progress the game. You can just ignore. Oh god, the big boy. Big boy. Oh god, let me through. So, what is your favorite horror movie? I want to know. We are in October, right? And since we are on the topic of Silent Hill movies, I am interested in hearing you guys horror movie recommendation. I've recently watched is it Saw? Yeah, Saw. The first Saw. Ooh, you like many. Some slow driven horror and jump scares too. I've It's been a while since I watched a Japanese horror movie. Oh no. The last time I watched a Japanese horror movie, it was is it the one with, spoiler alert, the one with the guy or the woman in the wall and the phone is ringing. Is it the phone? I don't remember the title, but classical joint. Yeah, I think the reason why most people like Japanese horror is that they are very creepy. They are not they are not as not action packed. What's the word? Too action driven, I should say, compared to Western horror movie. At least that's in my opinion. I've actually never watched The Ring, believe it or not. Oh no, let me through. Yes, by the atmosphere. I love atmospheric horror. Color Out of Space. It's based on the Lovecraft novel and have some creepy moments in it. Oh, I am interested in that. Lovecraftian, definitely going to be on my watch list then. Thank you so much for that recommendation, Sparrow. Okay, let's see. Oh god. Cutscene. Also with Silent Hill 3, when you played the game from start to finish, and then you start a new game plus, there are some unlockables that you can unlock. What is this? Dragon. My personal favorite is the Yellow Moon transformation costume in this game. Too bad I didn't finish this game before. Otherwise I would show you guys. I should remove the vest. I did. Why am I so slow then? Okay, come on. Also, okay, you look at this corridor, right? If you are in the new game plus and you unlock all the secret weapon and use it to kill most of the enemies, this hallway will change color. It will be so creepy. Even I get goosebumps. Oh god. I remember I remember um it also drains your health. Just a little bit fun fact about this game. Sorry, Heather. Oh no. Oh no. Run, run! Yup, it even drains your health. Because, oh god. No! Wake up, Heather, wake up! Don't have to sleep. Because in New Game Plus, when you pick up those special weapon, like the unlimited submachine gun, flamethrower, something like that, it makes you kinda invincible against enemy. So I guess that's the game's way to balance the game. It makes your health it drains your health. I didn't know about this fact when I was playing the game when I was a kid. Um but yeah, I was surprised. I was dead when I get hit the first time by the enemy. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's the reason. At least that's the headcanon in my head. Okay, let's see. What is... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh, okay. I need the fast flashlight to be open. Toolbox, and then there's this mall. Oh god. Okay. Heather is your favorite character from Silent Hill franchise. Good choice, Legoshi. I know most people like Silent Hill 3 because it's a much polished game compared to 2, and it has definitely much creepy vibe compared to Silent Hill 4. Me personally, the first Silent Hill game and still my favorite Silent Hill game is Silent Hill 4. I know, our choice, but I love the apathy of Henry. Oh god, oh no. How did you hit me? Are we supposed to go here? Okay. Our health is draining so much. Oh god. What am I supposed to do here? Is there a place that we haven't explored? Yes, there is. Oh, I haven't played the first Silent Hill because I was too young for that game, and nobody wants to play play the game with me. So until now, I haven't played Silent Hill 1. I actually want to play Silent Hill 1. Oh god. No. Oh no. Oh no. Wait. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. Whatever. Okay, let's... Okay, this is the place. Okay, relax. We can do this. What? The body must have been crushed by something heavy. Yeah, no shit, Heather. Wait, is that beef jerky? Okay. Oh, I love a remake. Legoshi. Such a classic game. It's such a shame what Konami did with Silent Hills series. Wait, oh no, it's not a door. No. Oh no. Okay, go up. Yeah, I really wish they did the Silent Hill series justice one day. I don't even care if it's even a new game. So much lost potential in this series. No. Okay, let's see. Am I going the right way? Yep. Yeah, I don't like the screechy enemies. I try not to be in the room as much. But yeah, I should give warning, Oh. I should give warning about those screechy boys. Um, am I even going the right way? It does. I guess it's supposed to make you uncomfortable, huh? Yeah, the sound effect can be a little bit brutal. I personally couldn't stand the the skulch, I guess. Okay, this is not the place I was supposed to go. Okay. No. We need items from other rooms. Oh no. Thank goodness they didn't see me. Oh no. Oh no. Yep. It was supposed to be like that, right? But yeah, if you what is it? Is it the giant enemy? I don't remember, but there are enemies where you have to kill and you have to step onto is it the fittest one? I don't even remember. But when you step onto the enemies to kill it, that that sound effects seriously it irks me. I don't know. I mean, okay, let me demonstrate. Okay, I can't demonstrate. Heather, wake up. Heather, wake up. The mama, the mama is mad. Okay, okay, okay. I can't. I'm sorry. No. Okay, this is what happened when I tried. Oh god, it's vibrating. Oh no, I died. Oh no, I died. Also, this is a very cool cutscene. Very, very cool. I remember the first time I played this and got that cutscene. I was so stoked. That was Valtiel. I am not familiar with the lore of Silent Hill 3, but I do remember that that guy is a very big deal in the overall lore of the game. Okay, let's see. Oh god, my health. My health. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, item, use this. Screeching is okay, but if it's not too loud, you just don't want to burst your eardrums. Yeah, let me know if it's too loud. I will turn down the volume. But the thing about this game is that in normal cases, the audio is not too loud, but the screechiness of the enemy is on another level. Even my ear are bursting with the screechiness. Oops. Okay, let's see. We should turn on the switch. Okay, come on. Oh, right. This one. I hate this area. Remember I said I hate the squelchiness? This is the one that I hate so much. Oh, oh God. It reminds me of someone chewing their food with their mouth open. Oh no. Let's just get out of here. Oh no. Oh, oh God. Okay. It's over now, I guess. Okay. Right? Oh God. I just I just can't stand that noise. Okay. A little bit warning, there are going to be screeching enemies here. Is it here or is it the other room? Nope. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to fight the big boy. Oh no, I should go to the other one. Thank goodness for Heather and the almost knee-high boot. Imagine going into that sewer with low-cut boots. Oh, okay. You see that monster down there? That is the enemy that we are going to face later in the game. It's not a boss, but it is an annoying enemy. Okay, we have ampule. Wait, what? What was that? What was that, Heather? Okay. We got hairdryer. Oh god. Imagine if she was wearing Crocs. Oh no. And that guy is gone. Oh no. Such a cursed imagery. Speckled Sparrow. Oh no. There's a bread meme going around in Silent Hill fandom. Yeah, I did. I make a reference on it when I was in the mall. It's a bread. It's a bread. I love that meme. Okay, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Ooh, I love this atmosphere. When you didn't turn on your flashlight and there's an eerie glow on the floor. Okay, there's a lot of memes going on in the Silent Hill fandom. Recently, I went to the subreddit, Silent Hill subreddit, and they are showing James grinding on the skate park with Mary dying. Yeah, the glow is very eerie. Can you imagine going into a room, pitch black, and then there's an eerie glow in the corner? Ooh, I love this shit. There are monsters in the water. The bastards killed two of my buddies. Yada yada yada. Okay. Danger, keep out. Okay, so something bloody. First of all, we need to do this. Weapon. How do I throw? Oops. I want to throw the steel pipe. I can't. I don't know. Ooh. They are in for a shocking surprise. Ah ha ha. Ah. Still want to use this. Can you imagine you fall into the into the water and got shocked in the process? You usually are scared, so usually you look at the floor and expect some spooky stuff. So if you, Olga Okami, if you are looking at the floor, you must be scared, huh? There's a lot of blood here. Oh god, I want to change. Okay, wait, let me. Ugh, I really can't change. I guess it's on the new game plus, huh? Not here. Hmm, nothing. Okay, so they are something special about this pipe. I don't know if the game will let me, but I'm going to try. If you use the steel pipe on these waters, a fairy will come out and exchange the steel pipe for a golden steel pipe. But I guess I can't take it yet. Okay, whatever. Let's go to the construction site, the next area. Oh, right. Ear warning, everyone. Screechy boys. Screechy boys. So, what was that, Heather? Oh god! I didn't see you there. Oh no. What was that hop, Heather? You're like a frog. Hop! That's how mosquitoes feel at 3 a.m. You're not wrong. They feel like they are all powerful and can attack me when I was asleep. So we managed to get through the first... Sorry, not first. Is that the second one? Yeah. The second area quite quickly. Now onto the third area, which has my favorite weapon of all time in this game, which is the katana. The katana is very powerful and also lightweight. Makes you feel more in control and deals a lot more damage compared to the steel pipe. That's why I love the katana. Okay, come on. Let's see. Guess we have to take the stairs. Anything down here? Can you imagine a real person walking down and Heather jumps out of under the stairs and beat the shit out of that person? Oh god. Is it the second floor or is it... Okay, it's the upper floor. The the fourth level floor has crumbled. Okay, let's see, is it this one? Can you imagine how scary it is to hear that? Can you imagine you are at the top floor of a building and then at night you hear a footstep above your head? How scary is that? IRL, that would scare the shit out of me. I would go out of the building and into public spaces. I don't care where. Yeah, can you imagine? Okay, there's something. The wall color looks a little different here and the material is different too. You would jump out of the window. Yeah, you're not wrong. I can't. Okay, there it is. Typical Japanese horror, right? Silencer. This is the Japanese movie that I was thinking of. The one with the body being embedded in the wall. Oh. If I'm not mistaken, it was the phone. The phone kept ringing. Okay. Okay, we have bullets. There it is again. Ugh. This game has subtle atmospheric cares. Fourth level. We should go there, huh? But first, let me explore some area. Nothing. This game is not about exploring. Okay, come on. Oh god. Preachy boys. Let's... Oh god. Let's get out of that place. That horrible place. Mannequin catalog. Is there a map inside there? Oh no, I'm so sorry, Speckled Sparrow. I should remember it. I should remember about this. But thankfully, it's not too long. Oh no. Oh no. Not this one. Not yet, at least. Wait, this is the place that we start. Okay, okay, wait, I got turned around. Sometimes this game is hella confusing. Okay, this is the... Okay. I love this scene. This is the only mannequin with a head. There's something weird about the headless one. Looks like they can still see me or something. Ugh. Ah! Well, looks like she got ahead of herself. Okay, that is a lame joke. Also, I remember the second Silent Hill movie make a reference to this room. Sorry for the lame joke. Okay, let's see. I don't have a map. Oh my god. Dance studio, I remember that. Is it this way? There's nothing good in this room. Right? Yeah. It's a trap room. Now here is the map. Okay. So there's this desk that we need to pry open. Where's the katana? I want the katana. Is it this way? Health drink. What does the... Is that elves? I don't know. Right? That pipe can clearly fit the drawer. But Heather is being such a difficult person. She can't pry this open. It's okay. I mean, I don't want to break my only weapon. Oh god. Oh god. Oh! Where am I going? Okay, drawer. Okay, let's see. Supposed to go up, I guess. Whatever. Let's go up. These dodges, yeah. Expert dog dodges. Okay. Where is the katana room? Is it this one? Oh no. Oh no. Is it this one? Oh god, no, 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 no. Wrong room. Sorry. Sorry for disturbing you. Oh god. Wrong. This camera is going to be the death of me. Oh god. What is that? Jack. Okay. Okay. We need the jack. Oh god, I thought. Why are there so many? Hello? Oh god. Is that all? Yep, that is all. Wait, I missed a room. Okay, come on. Go straight and then to this area. Okay, a screwdriver. The katana. Yes. Yes. Oops, I forgot to change. Yes, katana. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Katana. Okay. I Okay. We are not supposed to go here. We have a screwdriver. Let's go back downstairs. What is... Oh god. So unrealistic. The vase would break. 0 out of 10. Unplayable. I wish Heather would take more than one katana. Right? Free katana? I would take so many katana with me. Okay, let's go back to the 3rd floor. Hold it over 10,000 times. Yeah. That makes it indestructible. Oh. Is there something downstairs? Nah. No, 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 no. Not yet. Not yet. Okay, we have a jack that we need to use here. Okay, and let's go back to the drawer room, which is this way and this way. Is it? No, this one. I got so confused in this game. Here it is. Oops, I need to use the item. I cannot simply just interact with the game. Sheesh, Heather, you need a screwdriver to do that? There's a lot of things. You can use a pen. Have you looked into these drawers or screwdrivers? No, you haven't. Oh god, imagine playing this without a map. Yeah, I've I've played the game without map. If okay, let me see. It was on the subway. The subway map is difficult for me because the first time I played through that area, I didn't see the map. And for the life of me, I cannot find the map until I look at a guide on where to find the map. Can you imagine playing this in the early 2000s or late 2000s without any guide? That is the real challenge. Nowadays we have YouTube, right? We have guides. Imagine not having that. Oh, I would get so lost. What is this? Heather, even I am not that. Oh, I'm not even that, what do you call, brave enough to go through an elevator with a rope. Ooh. Can I have some, what do you call that? Honeywell? I don't know. Cold save point. It was horrible. I had to ask my friend to help me solve the puzzle. Oof. Yeah. Can be tough. This game could be tough. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, let me get into the other world. We are almost over time. What am I supposed to do here again? Okay, let me see. Okay. So this is the gateway for the other world. You were AFK a bit, but you missed. You missed me getting this sweet katana. Heather now is a ninja, trained in the way of the sword. Slay, Heather, slay. So yeah, we are finishing the normal part of the apartment complex. We are entering the, oh god, oh god, oh no. Wake up, Heather. Slay. Oh god, slay. Slay, slay, Heather, slay. Oh no, my health. Okay. Oh no. Is there something good in this room even? Yes. Yes, Heather, yes. Do your ancestor proud. A A bathtub display. There's a dark red stain on the bottom. Well, that's a terrible display then. Did someone forget to scrub? Huh? I guess someone did forget to scrub. Okay. What's this? Can you imagine? What's the logic behind this? Why
I
would
knew it.
why would Heather turn on the faucet? And she even says, "I knew it." What would she expect? Okay, this room effect in the background. Oh god, that gives me goosebumps. By a world of someone's nightmarish delusions come to life. Heather, wake up! I can't. It's dirty. Oh god, I got goosebumps by looking at the floor.
Oh no, not again.
Yes, yes, Heather, yes.
Did she do this too?
You're the one who turned on the faucet, Heather. What do you mean? Oh. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, remember the enemy I said that we found in the sewer area? Oh, Valtiel. Are you okay? Does that doll need help? Okay, okay. Bullets. Handgun bullets. Oh no, I have to brave this area. Okay, okay, okay. Come on. Let's save. I can't save. Oh god. It's okay if I went over time a bit. Ah! Oh wait, this is the right place to go. Ooh, there's something here. Find the Holy One. Kill her? Ooh. Okay, this is the safe point. Let me enter this room first and watch this cutscene. Ooh, sick jam.
Heather,
Sick jam coming through.
that's what you're called now, isn't it?
And who are you?
The name's Vincent. Don't forget it, okay? I'm on your side.
So you say. But how do I know you're not with her?
Her? You mean Claudia? Please don't lump me together with her. She was totally brainwashed by that crazy old hag. Well, I guess crazy old hag is a bit harsh. She is your mother, after all.
My mother? What do you mean?
You don't remember?
I love
So
the background
Harry
music.
didn't tell you anything. I guess he hid the truth to keep you on his side. Eh? That figures. He's a pretty sneaky guy.
Don't talk about my dad like that!
sorry.
Get him, Heather,
I
get him.
apologize. Please, calm down.
How do you know my father anyway?
Talk shit, get hit.
I know everything. I know about your past, too.
Then tell me what's going on.
You don't know even that?
That's why I'm asking.
Duh.
If you know everything, then tell me how I can put an end to this.
Not yet. Why not enjoy yourself a bit longer?
Enjoy? I feel like I'm going crazy. Does this place get to you at all?
Oh, it gets to me, all right. I find it most fascinating. Wait! I'm not finished talking!
I'm finished
I knew
listening.
you were on her side.
How do you figure?
There's something wrong with you too.
Yeah, a creepy dude sitting alone in an apartment area full of monsters. What do you expect, Heather? Yeah, the music is really, really, really good. Akira Yamaoka did a fantastic job throughout the Silent Hill series. I love the music. We got hydrogen peroxide, we got health drink, we got first aid kit. I was surprised to see the guy also did some of the music for the cyberpunk anime. Really? Really? I didn't know that. Wow, Akira Yamaoka did music for the cyberpunk anime. Wow, okay. I didn't know about that. That is some new music I have to listen from Akira Yamaoka. That's very interesting. But unfortunately, I have to end the stream. I'm sorry, you guys. I have to go. It's almost 7 a.m. for me, and I have things to do. Okay. Let me save. And mental clinic. No wonder that guy is sitting there alone. It's a mental nut job. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you so much to Olga Okami for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for Devil's Deal VTuber for following, Speckled Sparrow, and Olga Okami. Thank you all so much for following. Well, you're welcome. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I really do. And I'm so sorry for the screechiness of the enemy. I really am. I should know better. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next stream, which going to be Hollow Knight stream. If you are interested in watching the VODs, do have a look at my YouTube stream archive channel, CreamCat Gaming. I post the VOD there 1 week after the stream has ended, because that's usually where the VOD end on my Twitch page, because I am not an affiliate nor a partner on Twitch, so the VODs will only be safe for 7 days. But I get it. If you want to watch it on your own leisure time, do have a look at my stream archive channel. Thanks a lot then. I guess that's it. I do also stream a bit on YouTube, but streaming on YouTube is a bit weird. So maybe after this, I'll try to reduce the amount of time I spent streaming on YouTube and just focus streaming on here. Also, if you want to contact me, I am available on Twitter. My Twitter handle is at CreamCatCorner, the same Twitter handle. I guess that's it. It's almost 7 a.m. Thank you so much for watching. And if you are watching this at night or in the morning, good night and good morning, depending on where you're from. And have a nice rest of your day. And with that, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next stream. Goodbye.